So for sale by owner can be done not only in the state of Georgia, but anywhere. So this video is going to help anybody who wants to sell their house by owner. The first thing y'all need to be careful of is disclosure. If you know about something that's going on with that house and you don't disclose, it could be a nightmare after the fact. So every state has a different set of laws when it comes to what a seller has to disclose and under what conditions the seller has to disclose those things. You need to find out what that is and make sure that you do it. The rule of thumb is the more you tell, the better. Next is valuation. You got to get good at knowing how much your house is worth. And I did another video already on that where I show you how to go get the comps and where to go if you can't find the comps and how to take the emotion out of what you think your house is worth and just look at the comps and get the average sales price per foot of 3 comps within a preferably mile radius that have sold within the last 6 months, 3 months, preferably. If you got to go outside of a mile, no further than 2 miles is the rule of thumb there. And if you've got to go back more than 90 days, no more than 12 months is the rule of thumb there. So you want nice and tight when it comes to location around you as far as the comps are concerned. And you want nice and recent as far as sales are concerned. The more recent the sales, the more relevant those comps are. Once you've done all your research and you know how much your house is worth, then it's time to pick which sites that you want to list your property on. There's so many different for sale by owner sites that you could choose. But what I would recommend is to still get with a real estate agent who offers like a flat fee and get it in the MLS and be done with it. The MLS is going to sell your property a whole lot faster than everybody else. And there are some flat fee agents that will do it for just a flat fee. And you get that whole, exposure to all of those websites all over the internet. But before you go to the flat fee agent, get some professional photos. Spend $300 to $500. Have a professional photographer come out. If you've got land, make sure they can do some drone footage. But if you don't, get some really good pictures of the property, good, bad, ugly. Make sure the buyers know what they're dealing with. Don't try to make it look better than what it is if it's bad. One thing that I do when my seller doesn't want to be bothered with picky buyers is selling as is, where is, seller to make no repairs. You can do all the inspections that you want. We're fine with that, but the seller's not going to make any repairs. That communicates to the buyer, all the buyers, that, you know what, do what you need to do, but I'm not fixing anything. That's that kind of attitude. Some buyers are going to be turned off from that, and good, because you don't want to have to deal with him, right? Now, what that also could do is it could put in some buyers' minds that, oh my gosh, what's going on with this property? So is there something? You can still get your inspection, do all of the inspections that you want to do, but just know that after you get done doing them, I'm not fixing anything. Now, that doesn't mean they won't still try to negotiate repairs, but it does a really good job of turning off people who that's what their whole goal in life is to do. On the other side, if you don't mind negotiating repairs, fine. Don't even put that language in there, but that's just a tip. Decide which one is going to work best for you and your property. If you don't want to be bothered with showings, do the one showing open house method. Price correctly within 10% of market value. Then do the first showings at the open house on Saturday. List it on a Monday. Let it syndicate Tuesday and Wednesday. It's everywhere by Wednesday. And in that syndication, in the remarks, it's going to say the first showings are on Saturday at the open house. You're going to have 20 people show up. You're going to be under contract by Sunday evening. Now, the next move is going to be your best move, okay? Because you're going to have all these offers to look at and you're going to get excited. The first thing you're going to look at is the price, okay? Don't stop there. Find out if these contracts are worth the paper that they're written on. Look over them. What are they contingent upon? Is it contingent upon an appraisal? Is it contingent upon a home inspection? Is it contingent upon them selling their house? Is it contingent on it being 75 degrees and sunny on Wednesday, right? If there are contingencies on this contract, that means that all of those things have to happen in order for them to get to the closing table. You have to figure out if that's good for you or not. Next, it's time to check the pockets of the buyer. Are they pre-qualified or are they pre-approved? You want the latter. Pre-approval means that the lender has actually verified the information that the borrower or buyer has provided. Now, there's so many things that can happen during a transaction. You don't want to get comfortable, okay? You're not comfortable until that due diligence period has expired, okay? Now, and that's another thing. You definitely want to make sure you pay attention to the offers. And if somebody's going to take 20 days to get all their inspections, I don't like that. Like, get in and get out and go home. Like, figure out what you need to figure out next week. You get what I'm saying? And I give people grace because I know inspectors are all booked up and it's hard to get one on the calendar, but you know that you're looking for a house, right? So have somebody in your pocket that can get out there within 7 to 10 days. Make your house available to the inspectors. Make your house available to the appraisers. Don't make that process difficult if you want to get to the closing table quickly. Back to that one showing open house method. Be prepared to pay an agent to sit at your open house. Give them $100 an hour, 2 days. $400 is what you should be prepared to spend on that. Don't be the one to do your own open house, okay? Go out to eat that day. Come back those days. Come back, and you'll have a stack of paperwork to go over, and then you can take it from there, okay? Go ahead now and get a good real estate attorney or a title company that you trust, and they will probably be able to provide you with a contract if you don't have one as well, in case you need one, because you might run into a buyer who doesn't have an agent and do a hand-to-hand deal. And that brings me up to another thing. If you're going to for sale by owner, offer to pay a buyer's agent commission, because 9 times out of 10, the buyers that are going to come to your open house or come look at your house are going to come with an agent, right? And remember, commissions are negotiable, okay? If you end up needing help and you need somebody that is a professional that can guide you through this whole process, give me a call. I can consult. I'm only licensed in the state of Tennessee, but I can consult everywhere else. The link to my website is in my profile, outthemudfarm.com.